Hi guys and welcome. Tonight I am doing my October completed pages. So I know there's a few days left in October, but with Halloween and I have a couple doctor's appointments coming up, I probably won't be back till around the 1st or 2nd maybe even. So I figured I've got about 25 pages completed this month, so I figured that was a pretty good start for a video. If I happen to finish another one before the month is over, I will just add it to November. It's not that big of a deal. So I will get started. First, I want to show you a couple that I didn't get to finish but really wanted to, and then I'm going to show you, so they're kind of going least favorite to most favorite because there's a couple that didn't turn out at all. And so instead of just showing all the perfect pages, I figured I would show the not so perfect as well. Because I love it when other artists show me what went wrong, because then I'm like, oh hey, I don't feel so bad now that that happened to me too. Sorry, I'm going to move it just a bit. I thought I had it lined up. Sorry guys. Hopefully it won't bounce much. So this is Romantic Country. Romantic Country, the second tale. I started the Halloween tutorial in this book, and I did get to work on it a little bit more, but I did not get it finished, and I really wanted to, but I don't want to rush it and mess it up, so I figured I would go ahead and show it as a whip, and maybe I will still get it finished for November. Halloween will be over, but it's still a really good page. I've worked really hard on it. I like how it's going, so I'd rather it be late than to just scribble through it and ruin it. So that is my work in progress. Next is a blooper. So I colored this page a long time ago, and I tried to do a really cool galaxy effect around the mandala part with pastels, and it did not go so well. It just looked really black and not very pretty. So I went around all this part with white Sharpie, and then I blacked out with acrylic paint. And then after it dried, obviously you can see the color difference and how uneven the circle is around it. So I tried adding stars to kind of hide the unroundedness of my mandala. It did not turn out. It's not pretty, it's not perfect, but it is done. And that is my attempt at saving it. And this is the Coloring Kawaii, I always say that, Mandala Magic Volume 1. Unusual Suspects. So that is my blooper page. One more of those, and then the rest I'm pretty pleased with. This is a different type of book for me. If you can tell, it's very portrait, very pretty girls, sort of, you know, and I haven't done a lot of these. So I decided to color the pumpkin girl. Her skin did not cooperate with me. It needed a little more shading done to it. Her dress bled a little bit. Her leggings didn't turn out shiny like I wanted them to. They kind of blend in with the dirt. But other than that, from like here up, I really like it. So it's a work in progress. I've got lots of other pages I can try, practice on. So it's not bad for a first try. Next, I'm going to show you my PDFs because I did do quite a few of those this month, and then we will do books. So I color for, if I could think of her name, Kelly Horton, she does the Little Darlings. So I am a team colorist for her. So I color 2 pages a month for her. Out of my 4, I didn't get my September ones in my last video, so this is one from September. And I like how that one turned out pretty good. This is from September. Not my favorite, but she's done. This is in October from Kelly Horton. She did not grow as I wanted. I wanted her to be a little more warrior looking, and she looks a little more Robin Hood. That's okay. And then my last one is my mermaid, and she was a mermaid fairy in this paradise land. If I was a mermaid, I would want it to be a rainbow mermaid, and I would want it to be fall. That's how she got to there. So this is Amethyst. And then next I have This was a freebie from Coloring Haven's collection, Endangered Animals. I actually have this book, but I wanted to practice different ways. I couldn't decide if I wanted to rainbow blotch it or fade it, so I printed a few off and played around with it before I found a way I liked. So after I colored with the pencil, just in case you're wondering, I used a Tombow pen, just a black, and I don't have it. I should have got it out to show you, but it is just a black Tombow water-based, I do believe, marker. Yes, this one. Sorry for all the noise. Tombow brush pen, water-based pigment ink to do the spots, and this works really well to write over the Prisma pencils and the gel pen and everything else I threw at it. So just in case you needed that little tip, Tombow is the way to go over colored pencil. Next I have Rachel Mintz, and this was for a contest. Lots of you probably seen it. I was sharing it to try to get votes. I ended up 3rd place, so not bad. Pretty proud of how she turned out. I like the pink highlights. I like the green glow. So pretty proud of that one. My next one is Jeanette Wummel, and this is for her upcoming book, Pumpkin Roots, and I do believe it is out now and available on Amazon and as a PDF. But this is her contest page, and I had fun with it. I have seen a lot of great pages in a lot of different ways people have done it, which is really cool, but I'm still pretty happy with mine. I do like the green octopus against the orange pumpkin. This is Deborah Muller's Hocus Pocus Witches, and this is just alcohol marker and gel pen. And for witches, she turned out pretty cute. I like my bright purple against my bright green. Turned out really well. Tried to steer away from red hair. Went blonde. So I like that one. And my favorite so far, Walter Whimsy. Walter Whimsy is an Etsy artist. He is putting out a book, but this is a freebie he sent out for the month of October. He sends out one freebie with his newsletter each month. He does have other Halloween images on his Etsy, but I did not get, I knew I wasn't going to make it to color more than one with everything else I had on my list of goals for October. So this is all alcohol marker. I used the skin tone marker right here, lots of different, this is a Sharpie, tan mite markers. I used a blender, just a colorless blender, so I went around it with blue and I just went over it with a colorless blender to kind of make it look more ghosty than harsh. Probably should have added some stars in the background, but I kind of liked my clouds. I don't know if they're real visible. I know I got a little bit of a glare going on, but there's that one. Next is not really a Halloween book, but I have been working my way through it. So I have this one, and it does say 9/23, so I must have finished it as a buddy color with Jamie after my last video. So that's how it ended up in October. Here's my witch one. This is my pirate girl who's in progress. Thought I had another one done. I do, I see it. And then my cheerleader, and she turned out really well too. So this is the Grayscale Chibi book. Probably will put that book away for November and give it a break and give some love to my other books. Halloween by Jade Summer, and I only got one done in here, and I did this with watercolor brush pens, and I think it turned out really well. It's not perfect, it has a couple smudges, but this was my first time, and it was also Amazon paper, so I was trying to go a little light. So for me, it's a win. Only one in that book. The rest of these, except for one, I think, well, maybe two, I have more than one image in, so. Cute Witches, Jade Summer. These were really fun to do, but they did take me a while because I knew that everyone had these type of books, and so I was really trying to think outside of the box. I didn't want mine to look like anybody else's. So I'm not sure if you can tell. Let me bring her up a little for just a second. This is sorry, my witch girl, and she has a galaxy with stars on her witch outfit. I love the colors I chose for the galaxy. I think it goes great with this bright green. I like my mushrooms. My tree probably could have used a little more colors, but other than that, I am pretty pleased with it. And then I have my flying girl, and she also has stars in her background. For some reason, I love night skies and I love stars in them, so you will see lots of night skies from me. This is my purple witch. So she turned out good, and that is all I got done in that book. Plenty for next year. 50 Halloween Mandalas by Camellia Angelkova. I know lots of people have done lots of work in this book, so I only got to 2 because I worked on other things. This is my skeleton. He is done in Prisma. Some of him I went, like these hands and these pumpkins, I colored with Crayola markers, and then I went over with pencil. So that is that one. And then this witch is also watercolor, but these are Arteza watercolor pencils. So again, it buckled my page a little bit, but for the most part, I think she looks pretty good. I didn't smear her a whole lot, a couple spots. I got my figured out my shading a little bit. So fairly pleased with that one. I do believe that is all in that book. This next one is actually going to be in my November haul because I just ordered it and received it recently. But I wanted to show you, I did get 1 page done in it, so I will go ahead and show you. This book, the color chart is in the front, but there is thumbnails. But I am not a flipper. I hate flipping, and I have had 2 strokes. So my memory is not great. So I can color a few, and then if I switch colors, when I won't remember what number was what at all. So this is my bear page. Other than the colors they gave for the bear, I think he turned out really well. I'm not sure about the purple black bear, but I think he turned out well. As you can see, I kind of started trying to keep track on the bottom. It just wasn't working. So I got the genius idea to take this little piece of paper and write Prisma chart. These are, and I just taped it a little at the top just to this page. Doesn't ruin your book, but that way if you, as you're coloring, you can look, oh, I forgot number 5, purple. Here we go. Easy peasy. And it's easier than holding your pencils and flipping, for me anyway. And it might also be, maybe if they would have put it in the back, because I'm left-handed, I could have flipped like this and colored. But because I'm left-handed, I have to put everything down to flip. So this is what works for me in the Creative Haven Color by Number books anyway. And there is my fall bear. He took me about 4 days to do. So there is like where's my last week of October has been. This is Kawaii Horror by Jade Summer. Also another very popular book, so I only got 1 done. This is a girl at a gravesite with the hand popping out, and I really like it. I think it turned out pretty well, and it didn't take me all that long. So lots of pages in there for next year. This is 50 Autumn Miniatures by Camellia Angelkova. Jamie got me this book, and this is my replacement book. And because she went to all the work and got me a replacement, I decided I really need to step it up and put some work into this book. So I just sat down one night and I kind of worked my way through this book. So this is my title page, my little hedgehog. This book belongs to. As you can tell, I use markers. These have gel pen on the leaves, if you can see. And I really like how that one turned out. These are my bunny rabbits sleeping under the mushrooms. These I used Azul markers. They're just ones I found at my Walmart, and I really love the colors. They're very juicy. This one I was working on, but I still wanted to show you because if you can see, I don't know if you will be able to tell, but the orange I used to outline my pumpkin, it's shiny, and same with my acorn. Those are the paint markers from Crayola, and I don't have one out right this second to show you. But they are just the Crayola pearlescent markers. Very pretty, very easy to use. They do not leak when you push on them. This one. So it is just a Crayola signature pearlescent marker. And this is what it looks like. And it just paints. So these are really great. I do not like their blend-in shade markers that much, but the pearlescents work fairly well. So that is where I'm at, and then I skipped to the back because I could not resist another hedgehog page, if I could talk. So I didn't get too many Halloween pages done in this book, but there's still quite a few I could work on for fall, for November. So there are my cute little colorful hedgehogs. So there's 50 autumn miniatures. My next is Hocus Pocus. I seen this on Jamie's channel and ordered it. This is illustrated by Heather Valentine. And I only got to do one. I do believe I started another. Yeah, she was almost finished. I probably still could finish her. But she's my little Capricorn girl. Turned out fairly well so far. And then I finished this one. And I really like her. I think the green was a great choice. I have a tendency to stick to certain colors with witches. Purples and reds. So this year I was really determined to kind of branch out my colors and have colorful witches. Autumn Scenes is my next one. Not exactly Halloween, but I did make progress in this book. This is my second copy. So here is my house. And I tried to do the sky so it looked kind of like it was snowy and cold, because anytime we go trick-or-treating here in Wyoming, it's usually snowing, and you can't see anybody's costume under their snowsuits. Trick-or-treat pumpkin. He was really fun to do. It was fun to color the treats and to try to, kind of wanted the Capricorn effect. And that is all. That one is from September, so that one has been shown. So I will probably leave this book out also for November and see what else I can get done in it. My next one is Animal Wonderland, and I got one page done in here. And it took me a long time. Just barely finished it last night. All Prisma pencil. Pretty proud of it. I love how my buildings turned out. I struggle with building colors because in real life, to me, buildings are kind of bland with the browns and the tans and the whatnot. So I kind of just went with what color I thought would go with the sky a little bit. So I think it turned out fairly well. That is all for that one. And then Cute and Creepy is my finale. So I actually got quite a few, 3 done in this book. So I will try to show you them in order. I will show you a whip first that I was working on and didn't get done. That is with the Monarch pencils. So I was really hoping to get that one done, but didn't happen. This is the first one I did. She's my mummy girl. She is all Prisma and black matte acrylic paint. A little bit of fine liner for the eyelashes and eyebrows. And then I blended her with Gamsol. She was really fun to do. She kept me busy for, I think, I dived in as soon as I found this book at Walmart. I couldn't decide if I wanted it or not. It wasn't my style. And then I ran into it at Walmart and I was like, yeah, we'll take it home and try it. And I think I spent like the first 2 weeks just coloring in it. It's Beauty and the Beast inspired. If it wasn't, it is now. It is all Prisma pencil. Blended with Gamsol for the background. All Prisma, even the skin. That was a super fun page. Try to get the glare off. And then I have one more. My zombies. I love my zombies. So I have not done a lot of dead skin color. I have not done a lot of zombies myself. So this page was super exciting to me. It was calling out, it was telling me, let's get creative with what we can do here. So I came up with the best zombie skin tone I could think of. I paint splattered the background. As you can tell, I took a toothbrush over some newspaper and just kind of flicked it with my finger and did the paint. I gave the flies metallic wings so they would shine a little bit like flies do. Pencil for the hair and the bodies. I was trying to think, they kind of looked like a school uniform with the little skirt going on. So I figured if she had a white shirt, that is what it would look like now that she's a zombie. So that's why it's so funny colored. And he turned out pretty cute. Pretty proud of how he turned out. So I'll try to hold him up for you to see. So I thank you for watching. That is all my finished pages for this month. It sure feels like it took me a lot longer to color them than it did to go through them. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I will get back to you. If you want to see full flip throughs, let me know, or if you want a buddy color, I will do buddy colors also. Thanks for watching.